Hey everyone, it's Peak Fandoms, aka Jacob, and I'm here today with my first long-form video. Today in this video, I would like to discuss why I think the final minutes of my favorite show, The Walking Dead, are near perfect. Let us begin. It's no secret that The Walking Dead is pretty hit or miss with most people. It seems that most casual viewers clocked out at either three distinct moments: Glenn's death, Carl's death, or Rick Grimes' departure. I hate when people say just Glenn's death because they are completely neglecting Abraham and Michael Cutlett's performance of the character. Abe is one of my favorite characters, and although he doesn't play anywhere near as big as a part as Glenn does in the overall story, he's definitely worthy of being mentioned right alongside him. Anyways, that's besides the point. My point is that most people did not stick around to see the ending, and they are truly missing out. I definitely think seasons 8 through 11 are weaker than the first 7. Yes, I'm a fan of Season 7, I know I'm in the minority, but the later seasons definitely have their moments. One of these moments is the topic of today's video, the final 5 minutes of the entire show. Let's go back a bit, shall we? The day is November 20th of 2022. The Walking Dead community has been speculating for months, if not years, on how the story would end. Would the CRM be involved and possibly show up in the final episode? Who is going to survive and who's not going to survive? And most importantly, will we see the return of Rick and Michonne Grimes? The day has come when we would get the answers to all our questions. The finale starts with our group losing 2 members right off the bat, Jules and Luke. These deaths didn't feel earned, and they just felt like they were there to raise the episode's body count. However, Luke's death scene was quite emotional, and we got to see some of the best performances in the entire show. Daryl gives Judith his blood and reveals that Merle would sell Daryl's blood to junkies when they were younger. None of us were surprised at this revelation. Judith, in a delirious state, reveals that Michonne has been searching for Rick all this time that she's been gone. Daryl doesn't seem surprised whatsoever. I, and many others, were disappointed at how this was portrayed. Anyways, our group manages to escape the variants and get out of the hospital. Our group reunites to gear up to fight Pamela. Negan is persistent on helping Maggie take out Pamela, and this is where he finally apologizes to her for killing her husband. Maggie gives in, and they set up a sniper on the rooftop while the rest of the group go and face off against Pamela. Daryl says a short speech about how, as humans, they shouldn't be fighting against each other, and that the dead are the only enemies. Gabriel, in a full circle moment, lets in the people of the Commonwealth and saves them from the variants. Pamela is then arrested by Mercer, and this is when Maggie decides to take a page out of Rick's book and spare Pamela. Mercer comes up with a plan to destroy the estates of the Commonwealth, killing off the variants. The group succeeds in their mission. We then fast forward to the survivors celebrating by eating a huge feast. This is where Rosita reveals her bite to Gabriel and then the rest of the group. Rosita dies peacefully, surrounded by her loved ones. Then, we are shown a year into the future where the communities are thriving. Carol and Daryl, the only 2 members that were present throughout the entire show, share their final scene, and Daryl rides off into the sunset. This is where the episode ends, right? Wrong. The final minutes are just starting. The scene opens with 2 flames illuminating 2 familiar faces. The 2 faces we have been yearning to see. For the first time in over 4 years, viewers of The Walking Dead laid eyes on Rick Grimes. I think of the dead all the time. And about the living, who I lost. This single quote has so much weight behind it. Rick may have been separated from his family for 7 or 8 years, but he's never been away from them. No one should disagree that the Grimes family are at the center of the story of The Walking Dead. I mean, by extension, all of our survivors are the Grimes family. Andrew Lincoln may have decided to leave the show during Season 9, but Rick's presence was felt throughout the final 2.5 seasons. There is not a day that went by where Rick did not think of his family. They are, and always have been, his sole motivation for surviving, and this scene just reinforced that. Rick is seen writing his letter to Michonne, and Michonne writing her letter to their children. Rick is promising Michonne that they will be reunited, and Michonne is promising Judith and RJ that their dad is alive, and she will bring him home. We then jump to seeing Michonne in all new gear, where we can only assume it is from the group we saw at the end of her final episode. It's made to look like Rick has successfully escaped the CRM, but this is revealed to not be the case. We then go back to Michonne, where we see her ride on horseback towards one of two things. Either the same group where she got her gear from, or the biggest horde of walkers we've ever seen. We hear narration of Michonne reminding her daughter of her and Rick's mantra. Remember what I said. It's what he said. Hold it to your heart. It's true. Forever. All viewers well acquainted with the series know exactly the words Michonne is referring to. We then hear the phrase spoken by all the main characters of the series, dead and alive.
We are the ones who live.
We're 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 the ones who live. We're the ones who live.
We're the ones who live.
We're the ones who live.
We're the ones who live.
We then see a skyline of tall buildings and Rick confronting his captors. Fueled by hope, Rick smiles and laughs in the face of the CRM. He will be reunited with the ones he's lost. The series ends exactly how it started. Rick Grimes searching for his family. For the first time, and after so much buildup, Judith recites her family's mantra.
We get to start over. We're the ones who live.
And the series comes to a close.